Do you guys upload the video too?
Not of like us, but it's a video of just the audio waves.
Okay, so it doesn't matter if you see
You can remain shirtless.
ginormous man.
Might be a little distracting recording, but no, otherwise, you're good.
Alright.
Just gotta say, my milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
They like the spaghettios, not the spaghettios. Teach you by half the job.
Hello and welcome to the Futro Hidden Movie Gems podcast. I'm your host, Ty Christensen. And I'm Lucky Day, I'm Dusty Bottoms, and I'm Ned Niederlander. And together we're the Three Amigos! It's happening, folks. We've got Jordan Christensen on the podcast.
Chip, 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 chip. Natty!
And we've got Drew Lindsay on. I guess no, that's Dusty Day.
That's right.
I don't even know how to imitate it. It's like, Dude, they must have had so much fun doing this movie.
Yeah.
Guys, we're doing The Three Amigos. This movie came out in 1986. Holy cow. It was directed by John Landis. You remember this guy? John Landis directed Thriller! You probably didn't know that. But
I did not.
yeah, and some other funny movies you probably heard of, but I won't even get into those.
The Blues Brothers?
But it's
I thought he
writers-
did the Blues Brothers, right?
He did do the Blues
That was
Brothers,
a fun
yes.
one.
And plenty of other comedies. But yes, John Landis, dude, man.
And Oscar, right? Didn't we do that one on the pod?
Yes. And it's written by Steve Martin, Lauren Michaels, and Randy Newman. Randy Newman from Toy Story. You got Randy. Sorry, that is not nice. For all I know, the guy could be handy capable, and I would not know it. I'm insulting him.
So.
I never know when it's appropriate to voice mimic somebody, you know? I think it's just always safe to assume every time.
Every time.
I'm trying to think of who else I can do an impression of. I'm trying to think, okay. Yeah,
Stephen Hawking.
that's the best impression I can do. I tried to do my best impression of, guess who that is, Jordan? Okay, yeah, okay.
I don't know.
That's my best impression of
Kevin Hart.
your favorite actor, Denzel Washington. Kevin Hart. Denzel Washington.
You had to give me
Jordan.
something else. Just okay isn't enough.
That's the only thing I know how to say, Mike.
Well, that's the only thing
Denzel
you
Washington.
can say appropriately.
Yeah. Or he's a my nugget.
My Tigger. You know, Tigger from Winnie the Pooh.
So the quick plot recap of this movie, it's the three actors accept an invitation to a Mexican village of Santo Poco to perform their on-screen bandit fighter roles, unaware that this is the real thing. It's real. It's all real.
You mean we're gonna die?
They are going to kill us. So guys, this is a very quotable
I've already
movie.
been
So
shot once.
We're not going to get paid, that's for sure.
let's get into what it was like watching this movie for the first time and rewatching it for the podcast. Why don't you start us off, Drew?
I don't even remember how old I was when I saw this for the first time. I was definitely a kid, so I thought it was funny, but I didn't fully understand all the jokes. Like, there's definitely some adult humor in there that you don't really understand as a kid, but
Yeah.
it's just so funny to me, like, rewatching it. It's kind of nostalgic. Like, by today's standard of comedy, it's very dry humor. It's very much that era of Steve Martin and Martin Short and Chevy Chase. Like, that's definitely their humor, but I love it. I grew up watching these kinds of movies, and it's just fun to rewatch it and kind of have a little chuckle about everything.
And to be fair, I think this movie holds up. You're right, though, it does feel dated, and yet the premise is very good, and I want to get into that later. So,
Well, talking about amazing trio, have they been all together
Yeah.
in the same movie before? Because this is so good.
I know Steve Martin and Martin Short do a lot of things
Yeah.
together.
They do.
But,
Even
I
recently
don't
on
know.
Netflix, they
Yeah.
had like this little
Yeah.
comedy.
I
Yeah.
need to watch that.
Right.
Yeah.
But Chevy Chase, man, I don't know if it's just late age, getting a little cranky,
he
getting hard to
aged.
work with. It's all the coke he was snorting back in the 80s. I don't know. Bless his heart. He's just hard to work with from what I understand. So maybe Steve Martin and Martin Short are like, he's not a Martin, so let's just ditch him. We're the two Martins. We won't go on without him. Leave him behind.
You stay in your community TV show.
which is great, by the way. I loved Pierce Hawthorne's
Oh, I
character.
loved him in
Joe Chase
that,
is
yeah.
so funny. But even the actors and Dan Harmon has said that he's notoriously difficult to work with. So, bit of a diva, but I guess you get to do that when you're a megalomillionaire, super ultra famous, a thespian, if you will.
Quite, yes.
People don't take me seriously. I love that. How about you, Jordan? What was it like watching it the first time or rewatching it for the pod?
Like Drew, I honestly have no idea when we started. I just know we watched it.
I know the first time we watched it.
Really?
I know when I watched it the first time.
I remember growing up watching it a lot and laughing, and
Yep.
I remember specifically like moments that our stepbrother Ryan was laughing hysterically at the part when he shoots the invisible swordsman, and it's just like
So great.
just because it's like the film is somewhat grounded in reality, and then all of a sudden that happens.
Out of a singing bush.
Yeah.
No, before that, the freaking campfire, dude, with all the animals singing. I don't know what that's about, dude.
Oh, that's right. Night,
Good night,
Ned.
Ned. Good night, Ned. Yeah. Where does that come from? Yeah. Everything up until that point kind of is grounded, and then it just gets wild.
It's their
at that
journey
part.
that becomes fantastical.
Yeah. Fantastical.
I don't think that's a word. Yeah, majestical.
So
let's.
that is all.
So I would say the first time I watched this was with Dad. I think Dad Rich exposed me to this movie, and we watched it at Megan's house. Don't know what her last name is or anything about this person, but
Yeah,
remember my dad
Megan.
used to go out with her, and we were over at her place, and we were all watching. I was like, this is the funniest movie I'd ever seen, especially when he got shot and fell off a horse. I thought that scene was the funniest thing when I was a kid, and I'm like, this is pretty much the darkest part of the movie, when Steve Martin gets shot off of his horse with a real bullet. I was laughing hysterically. I remember thinking it was the funniest thing I'd ever seen as a kid, and they're all like,
You sick.
you're gonna yeah, he like goes up to him, he's like, let me see that. Come on, give me your gun. And then he looks at it, he's like, oh great, real bullets.
You're in a lot of trouble, mister.
I thought it was the funniest thing, and like coming to a realization with the actors that this was all real, because that plot point was kind of missed on me. I didn't understand that this wasn't real until he gets shot, and then I realized, I'm like, oh my gosh, I realized with the actors. So when you're at that age, you kind of miss some important plot points, or something goes over your head, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like these guys are gonna really get killed, and I loved that. So watching it the first time was such a delight. Rewatching it, I gotta say, this movie, for all intents and purposes, it feels dated, but it still holds up. The jokes are still so funny. It's still one of the most quotable movies of all time. It's just brilliant. I think it's so fun. So rewatching it was a joy. I do like rewatching this movie.
Indeed.
And it's so much fun to share with people that haven't seen.
I remember watching it with some friends a while back, actually, when I was still living in Utah. We had a little party in the basement, a viewing, as it were.
Good times, dude. Good times. So what are your two favorite things from this movie? Drew, why don't you start us off?
Oh, let's see. I do love the bar scene when the German goes in and that guy's, trying to get a little with him, and he's like, what did you say? And he shoots him. And he's like, I have some friends coming. They are not as forgiving as I am. And then the freaking amigos.
Where'd you get that pretty little gun?
The amigos come in. They put on this awesome My Little Buttercup show for them.
One of the greatest numbers
little
ever.
buttercup, sweet little buttercup, my little buttercup. That's hands down my favorite part of the whole movie. But
This town's getting too rough for me. Yeah, the bartender, dude. He's pulling it 110, dude. He's great.
the other part, I mean, just from doing the right thing, I think it's cool when they have this realization that this town is in trouble and they have a duty here as the Three Amigos to save the day. And I'm drawing a line. And it's all dramatic and they all go save the town. But there's a lot of funny little in-between shots. I like the interaction between Hefe and El Guapo and how Hefe is just...
I did hear you say, do you have any beer? Light beer?
Do you have any light beer? Oh, we don't got no beer. Just tequila.
What's tequila?
He's like beer.
Yes.
Okay, we'll take 3 tequilas.
Dude, this whole movie is so quotable.
Yes.
It's crazy. I'm just thinking back. So 2 of my favorite things is I love the dynamic. I think these are three of the biggest comedic stars at the height of their powers, making just a crazy ensemble movie. And it's not always that each one of them gets to shine. Each one of them has such a distinct comedic timing, and the jokes land. There's so many funny things. Like, each of the Amigos are just as memorable. Like, no one runs away with the show. All three of them equally carry.
Well,
they're just so funny.
I can't even remember the names of the three guys in the studio at the beginning of the movie. I know that the one guy is John Lovitz, super young John Lovitz. The other guy, I'm trying to remember the movie he was in, but they're all young.
Joe Montag. Yeah, so Harry Flugelman, you're talking about? Joe Montega is the guy. He plays like as a mob boss, I think, in other things, right? Or something like that. Something. I've seen him in other things. It'll be a cold day when someone tells Flugelman what to do.
When someone tells Flugelman what to do.
Yeah, I know he was in Godfather. I just can't remember.
Or the guy from Jingle All the Way. He's take the Amigos clothes.
That's what he's in. He's so young in this movie.
Oh, that's hilarious. I didn't even think about that guy. Because I also know Joe Montega from that terrible movie Baby's Day Out.
That's the one I'm thinking of. Yes.
Oh, is that it? Yeah. Okay, yeah. Flugelman, dude, getting his set on fire with a baby with a lighter in its hand. It's ridiculous.
Oh, that's right.
It's absurd.
It's so funny. It's just like, as the baby's getting closer and closer.
And he's like hiding it under his, it's so wrong, under his coat, hiding the baby.
Man, I haven't seen that movie since, for sure, the 90s.
For sure, that movie does not hold up.
I loved it. I recently saw it. It's hilarious.
No, it does not hold up. The movie's
so funny.
Dumb.
One of my favorite John Lovitz quotes is from A League of Their Own. Hey, cowgirl, see the grass? Don't eat it.
I love his character in Rat Race. The father that's obsessed with the money, and he is very funny. He drugs his wife and his kids sleepy aids, so they fall asleep, and he's like, eat up your milkshakes, kids. Go on, eat up. It's so great. And they all pass out, and he loads them into a truck. Oh, it's so funny, dude. John Lovitz is great, dude. Of all the characters, he is so funny and iconic. That voice, everything about him, dude, he's great. Dude, Cameron is on the podcast. Hello and welcome again, our new guest, Cameron Mickle, on the podcast.
Chip, 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 chip. Nani?
Oh, guess what? Somebody already used the quote, Cameron.
Yeah, Cameron.
Invalid.
That was
Find
my
a
quote.
new quote.
I have a question. What is Mickle? Is that your last name?
Yeah, we have a different dad.
Oh, I think I knew that.
Same mother, different father. Yep. So we're he's only half Jewish in our eyes, you know? But, we still keep him around. We'll still love him, even though he's not full-blooded.
Well, half shalom.
He's basically,
I'm not a filthy mudblood like these two.
No, weird. True. Yeah, how dare you? Filthy little mudblood. I can't even think, what's another insult in that world? That's the only one I know.
Avada Kedavra, you right
you
now.
Muggle. You muggle.
Mudblood.
You son of a motherless goat.
Son of a motherless goat.
Say we will die like that.
You scum-sucking pigs.
He called us some scum-sucking pigs.
Dude, his disbelief at that is so great.
It's a sweater.
Oh my gosh. It's a sweater.
Best
Guys,
quote.
so we were getting into two favorite things. So I was saying this comedy trio, and then the lines. I think this story holds up, which is great. I think this is a really funny story that they've probably done 100 times. I thought the Three Amigos was the original. I'm sure they ripped it off of somebody else. Maybe they didn't. But you've seen it in Tropic Thunder. You see it in The Man Who Knew Too Little. This story always comes up where they don't know that it's real, and they think that Game Night was the recent one. Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams. They don't know that it's real, but they learn later on that it is. Game Night doesn't go as far with that premise because they learn pretty quickly on, but still it has the initial, oh, this is just part of an act, everything's fine, and that's always funny because then the person's
The Man Who
freaking
Knew
out.
Too Little, I think, goes through the whole movie not knowing.
Oh yeah, I don't think he ever learns, and it's almost like a Peter Sellers Pink Panther situation where it's he doesn't realize that he's the one,
the man who knew nothing.
He literally doesn't
true.
ever know. So, yeah, that premise is always just funny. Kind of a fish out of water. But then, like you said, Drew, the pinnacle of the movie climaxes into this moment where they all have to own up, admit that they're not frauds, and they need to have the courage to become these real gunfighters in Mexico and protect this city. So it's just great. I think it's so fun. It's timeless. Jordan, how about you? 2 of your favorite things?
I mean, the quotes, you already kind of mentioned that, but like, this movie could not be more quotable. I think every line in the entire film, we could just quote the whole movie like we did Nacho Libre, and it's so freaking good. And Good Burger, yeah.
I actually have a really funny story about one of the quotes from this movie. So,
Oh, yes.
my grandma is a very literal person. Like, if you call something it's not, she will correct you. Like, one time we're driving a car, my wife was like, "That car almost hit us." She's like, "It's a truck." I'm like, "Okay, it's still a vehicle, whatever." But one time in Utah, we were at my uncle's house. My grandparents were out there. It was Christmas time, and we were watching something about Jonathan Toomey, the Miracle of Jonathan Toomey, or something. I don't know if you guys have seen that, but there's this part where the woman opens this dresser and there's a piece of fabric in there, and I was like, "It's a sweater." She turns to me and she's like, "It's a tablecloth." I was like, "Okay, you don't get it."
Your grandma sounds like a time and a half, that's for sure.
Love her.
The only memory I have of my grandma, rest in peace, Grandma, we love you, Gam Gam. She was laughing her butt off when we were watching Dumb and Dumber at the defecation scene. Jeff Daniels on the toilet, my grandma's laughing so hard she was crying. And I was like, I've never seen my grandma laugh like that before.
Yeah, me neither.
Watching Dumb and Dumber, I just remember the scene coming. I'm like, oh no, I don't want her to see this. And she thought it was the funniest thing I think she had ever seen in her entire life.
That's hilarious.
Maybe that's just all you do when you're older, just like...
No, it depends on who you are. I don't
That's
think
all
my
you do.
grandma would find that funny.
Finish the sentence, Jordan. That's all you do when you're older? What, sit on a toilet or watch movies and laugh about Dumb and Dumber?
No, like, you sit on a toilet and, like...
What the fuck?
I do
Maybe
that
that's
now.
what you're gonna
Grandma,
do
we
when
love
you're
you. We just thought
older.
we'd
Oh,
mention you on the
shiz.
podcast, and George's just like, maybe that's all she did. Maybe we can remember her in some positive light. Yeah, she was a woman, sat on the toilet.
I just remember seeing her in the bathroom a long
Bowel
time.
syndrome.
I think we know what Jordan's retirement plans are because you plan to spend a lot of time on the
toilet.
I think he's already gotten
Probably.
a head start on it, boys.
Yeah, I know. He's like, guess I'm getting
Jordan,
old
where
too.
are you right now?
My new place.
Yeah. Did this guy ever leave the bathroom?
Oh, am I in the bathroom right now?
Why is it so echoey, Jordan? Are you on the toilet?
Cameron, how about you, man? What are 2 of your favorite things?
And you
from
can
this
mention,
movie?
too, what it was like.
And what was it like watching the first time we watched
Yeah,
it?
just real quick. Obviously, I'm sure they've already mentioned. We all grew up watching this movie. I can't remember the first time I watched it. I remember me and Greg used to always
Obviously.
practice and trying to keep up with the "We are the three for like," and we could never get like. We could never do the whole thing. 'Cause
It
it's
goes
way too long.
for 15 seconds.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah. But, I mean, like, full bravado. Yeah, if you, like, light and airy do it. But, I mean, they're belting it. I don't know. It's very
It's
impressive.
impressive. Yeah, we all like grew
Drew's
up.
like, challenge accepted. Oh!
If I wasn't sick right now, I would do it. And I could do it. My lung capacity is shot right now.
That's right.
And yeah, just this movie's such a classic, like you guys mentioned. It was super fun to watch, and I loved rewatching it. So I forgot so many good quotes that were in this, and then I didn't realize how many like jokes are in this. I was like, and like some swear words. I was like, oh dang, like I'm gonna shoot you so full of lead. Use your what? Forget it.
What do you mean? I don't
I
know.
don't
And then the other guy's, I think he
I
means...
think he means if you don't. Shut up.
But yeah, and so 2 favorite things. Definitely the first one is just kind of like you guys mentioned. Like I just think the humor is very like on point. I just love some things just really catch me off guard. Like that was like why I did that quote with the Nani! That just really caught me off guard. Where like I was like giggling, but that one had me bursting out laughing.
Nonsense.
I mean, the
Just
fact
nonsense.
that they go up to the bush and they're like, "Are you the singing bush?" I'm like, obviously.
And then he shot like the invisible. It's just very well done. Like, and it's perfect. Like, because I was surprised because I knew it was perfect for kind of like kid humor, but now I understand why Mom and Dad loved watching it with us. is there's like lots of kind of jokes that.
Well, it's a
easily
mail plane.
Yeah.
Did you see?
It's so great that Chevy Chase and Steve Martin don't ever get the joke. I mean, they laugh a lot to pretend to get it, but that's just the best part, that they never get it. It's so great. And Ned is just beside himself dying.
And then I think my second favorite thing is definitely just the stunts and the action sets. I just think are so funny. Like the way that people like fall and do stuff is the funniest shit ever. Like I love how he's like hanging from the piñata and then he just like drops out of nowhere, just right onto the table.
Amigos are falling from the sky?
What is happening today? Are amigos falling from the sky? Boom! Just smashes on the table.
Slams the freaking table.
And then when he goes up to Chevy Chase and he's like, I know all of my own men like my own smell. He's like, and he's going through each one of them, and then he comes to Chevy Chase and he's like, you and I, he's like, Jose, you and I, and he can't think of anything. Burn the village, and we,
The horses.
and rode up on the women.
and then everyone's getting suspicious, and he's like, and we, pruned
The hedges.
the hedges of many small villages. Who are you? It's so great when they discover each of them. It's so ridiculous and over the top. Oh my gosh.
Because the fact that
Cameron.
they're white doesn't give it away.
like clean shaven, bright white folks.
Yeah, and they're all of them have like 5 o'clock shadow and scruff and Mexicans and
And they have like these dark black full suits with red cummerbunds. Like they look so ridiculous. It's so good. This movie's great.
I think the funniest part about the it's a sweater joke is the fact that they're in Mexico in the desert.
Yeah.
And he gives him a sweater as a gift. It's like 100 degrees
Me and the
out.
boys pitched in to get you this gift. Yeah, it's great. At the very end, rides off without it. All sad that he didn't leave with his sweater.
It's a sweater! But the look on Hefe's face, he's like, oh, shucks.
Oh my gosh. Any other nitpicks, I guess you got, or I guess we could just get right into quotes and other funny things. Just say them out as you think of them. There's so
I
many
love the one where
funny
she's like, I like the
things.
dumb, I like the not
I was
smart
just
one.
thinking that. Which one is
Which
that?
one is that?
It's the exact quote I was just thinking.
She's like,
10,000 pesos to come to, I'll put murderous, villainous, I'll put infamous. It means murderous, all the things you said.
Infamous?
They get the
Infamous?
telegram. The infamous El Guapo. Guys, he's not just famous, he's more than famous. He's infamous.
infamous.
So good. Infamous. Infamous. I say that all the time. I quote it all the time.
I knew that
wow,
word
infamous?
in English class, like in third grade.
Infamous.
Just because of Three Amigos. And I remember my
Yes,
teacher
they
was like
literally
pretty
taught-
impressed by
Oh.
it, and I'm just like,
This word
It's more than
this
famous.
movie taught me. This movie taught me many things, like a plethora of things. Like the word plethora, I never heard that word before. I use it all the time, and I cannot use that word and separate from this movie. Like anytime I say the word
Yep.
plethora, I'm intentionally using it.
Same.
I think of the Three Amigos.
Plethora?
Would you say I have a plethora of piñatas?
Oh, yeah, you have it.
Oh yeah. See, you have a plethora. Jefe, what is a plethora? Why, El Guapo?
Why, El Guapo?
Well, when a man asks if he has a plethora, he's told he has a plethora, but he has no idea what it means to have a plethora.
Forgive me, El Guapo. I, Jefe, do not have your superior intellect.
Education. Oh my gosh.
Could it
it
be-
be that you're upset about something and you're trying to take it out on me? Like what? Could it be that you're turning 40 today?
Nah.
No.
I love the.
Could it be that Carmen chooses to sleep with herself instead of you?
Why don't you just take her?
You want the girl, you take the girl. When you want food, you take the food. When you want
a woman,
you just take the woman. I mean, you want to see male toxicity in a movie, dude. Hefe is great.
Man, feminists
Like-
would rip this one apart.
No, they have a great scene where, hey, Carmen, do you know what is? Good, neither does El Guapo. Gosh. Oh my gosh, dude. Ah, man, this movie is so
I
funny.
love
dude.
the. Can I
Buttercup.
have your watch when you are dead? We quoted that all the time.
What did
with
he just
family.
say?
What did he just say?
Can I have what you want, Dad?
Dude, the Three Amigos sleeping
Wait,
in the same
what
bed
about
is
this
so
one?
funny.
He's eating the taco and it all falls out. He's like, do you have anything besides Mexican food?
That was a beautiful.
The visual gags in this movie are so great too. There's like the all three of them sleeping in a bed, all riding on a pony together while Carmen walks it back to the village. It's so funny. The names in this, Santo Poco means like people, like the Saint Little, the little saint or whatever. And then like El Guapo means the handsome. Yeah. El Jefe is the boss. Like all these names are so ridiculous and it's so funny. And
Wait,
they
Ty,
just lean
how
into
about
that
when
humor.
they're all in bed talking about what they're going to do with the money?
Oh
So
my gosh, yes. One of the funniest long-running jokes, and this is a great one because
Oh yeah, of course.
this
I
is
was
like
saying
the
I would
longer
do all
joke.
that after.
So they asked her, like, what are you going to do with your share of the money? He's like, I'm going to get a car, a shiny silver car. I'm going to drive it all over the town, you know, show Flugelman or thing or two or whatever. They'll talk about your revenge. And then Chevy Chase is like, I'll go to Paris, go to Rome, you know, have some fun. And then Ned's like, I was thinking about starting a homeless shelter for underprivileged children or orphans or something like that. And they're all like, well, I would do that too. I was talking about after. And then it was so funny.
Yeah,
Like,
sure,
Ned Niederlander is like the funniest dude. Martin Short is such a gift. In this movie, he is so funny. The fast gunman in the West, and then the German, his arc about learning about trick photography, and then they go to a duel. It's so good, dude.
You used to be my idol.
Yeah, when he shoots that gun and just like flies back.
Wow! Can't even hold the gun. Can't even hold it up.
You don't want to die with a little sissy gun. You want to die with a man's gun.
Oh my gosh, it's so great.
The man is good.
He gets launched so far.
And more visual gags. I loved the movie at the beginning when they're all. It's a silent film. They're playing in the organ. It's so great, and like the stunts that perform, and like when the guy like gets shot on this balcony, he like hits the railing, and the railing just like opens up like it's on a hinge. It's so cheesy and so great, but it's like it's so fun when a movie gets to be almost like meta in a moment where they're like making fun of the fact that these are three actors in a corny film, but I guess people in Mexico think it's real, or at least Carmen does, because she's never seen a motion picture before. So she's like, let's just hire these three men. She doesn't know that they're actors.
Stars.
Like, movie stars. You not want to die like dogs?
Guapo does not kill crying women.
I like these guys. Just kill one of them.
They're funny guys. Yeah, I think.
Dude, and the my little
everyone-
buttercup has the
yes,
sweetest
this-
smile. Smile.
It's my own.
It's
Smile.
What?
Dude, such a great scene.
It's great. I mean, it's absurd. There's
Look
not
at that little
and-
sissies.
Look at the two little sissies.
Oh, I love it. You'll almost certainly know them. They think the Three Amigos are the friends of the German. The German says to wait here. He's like, doesn't understand anything. They're just so lost and so dumb. It's so funny. Gosh, this movie's so great.
Everyone, throw down your weapons. Not you, Dusty. Sorry.
I love it too when they offer the 1,000 pesos. Like in the movie, they keep throwing them this bag of money, and they're like, on behalf of everyone in the town, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And they're like, our reward is that justice has been done. And they always throw the money back. And what's great is when Carmen is at the telegraph and she's like, tell him we'll give him 100,000 pesos. He's like, 100,000 pesos? We don't have 100,000 pesos. She's like, of course, they will refuse it, but it'd be rude not to offer it. Like, it's so ridiculous. Like, and so oh my gosh, there's the scene where Steve Martin is climbing on the wall to break into the studio to get their costumes.
Using the
And he's
bird
just like,
calls.
Look over here, look over here, look over here, look over here, look over here.
Hey, yo,
Hey,
guys!
you guys! This way.
Totally oblivious.
So funny. Oh my gosh. The poses, the
I love
they
that.
just take on the role
We are the
of the
Three
Three Amigos. It's so funny.
Like the little hip thrust.
I'm sorry, but Martin Short could never jump onto a horse the way he does in this movie.
I got him like on a trampoline, just launches up there.
I love
So
how they
funny.
just bounce on the horses. I'm like, holy 80-inch vertical.
Like, yeah, okay.
These guys are putting Michael Jordan to shame.
LeBron James.
One of my favorite lines, it's at the very end when all the women are coming up and kissing all the men, and this gorgeous senorita comes up and kisses Ned, like, out of nowhere. They're like, wait, where's this chick?
Never
and
been
then
seen
Steve
before.
Martin and Cartman, he's like, I'll come back one day. And she's like, Why? She's like, well, I thought that you and and she's like, oh. And it's like it's the most awkward ending, like, so great. It's just like, why would you come back here? Oh, that's great. Dude.
Why?
Do you know what the word nada means?
Isn't
that a light chicken gravy?
It
So
means
great, dude.
nothing.
Zero. That's what you're gonna have when I'm through with you. It's so funny, dude. Everyone, what can the town of Santo Poco do really well? We can sew. There you go. You can sew. Ah, if only we had known this sooner. At the very end, they all just, I don't know what they do. They all, like, I guess they're the ones, but, like, they cut it so it's only Martin Short, Steve Martin, and Chevy Chase running around. But at the end, it's revealed that all the villagers are, like, the Three Amigos or whatever. It's so funny. Where did they get all those guns? That was great, dude. Brilliant. That's probably my nitpick. Like, they had all these guns. They didn't bother to fight El Guapo in the first place.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Maybe they stole it from the Germans.
Yeah, that's true. But they used the power of sewing to... I just thought that was great. That was so funny.
Oh, they're over there.
Oh, man.
Oh, they're over there.
They're done with the church.
I'm still here, Guapo.
Oh, my gosh. So great, dude. I love it. Oh, man. The singing bush that just keeps singing, does not stop singing.
Yeah, blood about now. Yeah, blood about now.
Oh, my gosh.
Let me talk to him. Are you the singing bush?
So great, dude. I love the that whole journey they had. They had a visual gag in there where they're all traveling and they all have 3 canteens.
Yeah.
Oh my
Steve Martin
gosh.
pulls his out and a little trickle of water comes out. And Martin Short pulls up his
Just
canteen
sand.
but just sand. Just gets sand blasted in the face. And then lastly is Chevy Chase. He's just pouring all this water on his face, letting it run down, and then tosses the canteen.
Oh, he mouthwashes and spits.
Mouthwashes, spits.
And then he chucks
pulls
it
out
on
some
the
lip
ground.
balm. He pulls out lip balm.
And they're just
Lip balm? Just staring at him. So funny.
sweating.
Gosh, this guy's-
Lip balm?
Dusty, how do you like your bat? Medium rare. Like, besting, like,
I was like,
he's like
COVID!
chewing bats. And they're like, I know, they're pulling it apart. It's like chewy and.
I want to know
hard to
what that
break.
prop was, like what they used
Yeah,
to
he
do
did some
that.
rubber bat.
I was like, it's got to be some sort of jerky that they made, or I don't know.
Dude, I think it was fake. There's no way they were eating any of that, dude. It looks so ridiculous, like a rubber bat. And then the animals singing this nighttime song. It turns into a musical. It's so
That's
great.
clearly
The
a
set.
set scene.
The
Like,
set, yeah, with the clouds and the so great.
So
the
good.
big
And the horses
bluffs
singing
or
along
whatever. So random.
Boom, 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 boom.
to the like the CGI mouth over or whatever of the horses is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my
So
life.
bad.
Wherever liberty is threatened, you will find like the
Line.
whole. What does he say? Yeah, you slime-eating dogs, you gum-sucking pigs, you sons of a motherless goat.
Tell us we
Son
will
of a
die
motherless
like
goat.
dog.
Tell us we
You
will die
will
like
die
dogs.
like dogs. No, we will not die like dogs. We will fight like lions.
Wherever there's injustice, you will find us. Wherever there is suffering, we'll be there. Line. Wherever liberty is threatened. Wherever liberty is threatened.
I forgot my line back there.
Oh my gosh.
No, they'll never notice.
And I love it afterwards. They're like, it was pretty good. Hey, good job, guys. And he's like, yeah, I forgot the line. He's like, let's just live in the moment.
I love, there's a great scene too where they go back to tell El Guapo what they saw in the town of Santo Poco after they run him out of the town. He's like, so there were 3 guys running around on their horses. They started shooting
Shoot
their
their
pistolas up in the
pistolas.
air. They call the scum-sucking pigs us. And then he's like, we will go to Santo Poco. We will find these 3 amigos. We will open
Cut
up
open
their
their
stomachs.
stomachs. And
Cut
squeeze
open
the
their
shit out
stomachs
of
and
them.
tear the shit out of them. Gary is like very good at setting the tone of this scary looking guy. That's great. El Guapo's
Dude,
a
I love
great
how
villain.
every single Mexican speaks like perfect English as well.
Yeah.
At the very end too, when El Guapo survives like this whole ordeal, he's like laying down about to die, and he goes up to him. He's like, "Come closer. I have something to tell you." He leans in and he shoots his foot. He's like, "That was a pretty good trick too." And he dies. So great, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. Great up until the very end, man. It's so brilliant. I think every character in this is so memorable, just so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
After watching this time, like, there are so many movies that have scenes from this. I don't think they necessarily took it from it. I don't know if it goes back further, but there's like, I was thinking of, when he shot him and it shot him in the foot. And I was thinking of Departed at the very end when, he tries to shoot him one last time. Like, I was thinking of, I don't know, there's so many moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I don't know if they necessarily ripped off Three Amigos, but maybe. There's just a lot of jokes that are told that they do in other comedies as well. Maybe it's just kind of like ongoing jokes and stuff that kind of...
Perhaps.
I love inside jokes that talk about the industry. There's this great scene where Ned is talking to all these orphans around him. Like, this is the night they're celebrating, and their fireworks is going off. Steve Martin's doing like a rope show, a rodeo, lasso show. And Ned Nederlander's with everyone, and he's just like, "One time, Dorothy Gish had visited the set of Little Nettie Grab Your Gun, and she came to me and she looked at me in the face, and I never met her. I'd known her from on her films, and Dorothy Gish, Lillian's sister. She looked into my eyes and said, 'Young man, you have got it.'" And, Dorothy Gish. It's a true story.
No reaction.
Wait, no reaction. No one knows what the fudge he's talking about. So great. I don't know, I love that because I just think of like Martin Short as like this child Hollywood actor, like as a child star who like grew up making films, like Little Nettie Grab Your Gun. Like, what a stupid name for a title of a movie anyway, but also like it's just so like classic to me in my mind, where you have like these young Hollywood actors growing up and they met like their hero. Like, I just think that was so funny. Like, just those random joke and he lets it play out. Like, it's so funny, dude. Ah, my gosh. So funny.
It's like beer.
It's like beer.
You guys have beer? No, we have tequila.
Oh, Germans only have the presents that I want. Guns! Guns! That's what I want for my birthday. Oh my gosh. Well, do you guys have any other nitpicks or anything you want to throw out? Like I said,
Flawless
there's some
movie.
ridiculous things. The fact that these three amigos, they storm into this thing, they throw the rock up at the guard at the top, make him pass out. So
Oh,
funny.
yeah.
Fall backwards.
Throw it over there in the bush. No, throw it over there.
Throw the rock to distract him over there. Knocks him out. They'll look at him. Let's go. No good job or anything.
I love how he hits him from the back and then he falls backwards as well.
So great, dude. So great. And there's another great scene too where they walk right by them and they all freeze. It just makes me think of that scene in Emperor's New Groove when he's carrying the Emperor down. I love that. They just freeze and they don't see him walk right past them. It's just great. Love it.
And just like
So
kind of the
funny.
one where I talked about where he dropped from like the pinata, just the fact that he was hanging it like at the pinata for like multiple hours is just to like defying
Yeah,
the
there's
laws
no
of
way.
gravity. Yeah.
Gravity and like strength. Like, he's not
Yeah.
that strong.
And there's no way the pinata's holding him for that long.
This ain't no Mexico's Ninja Warrior. Come on now.
Yeah.
There's I can't remember the scene. See, this is off my bad memory. I should have wrote it down. But there's also, before Nettie's story, Chevy Chase is playing the guitar, and it's like so bad. He's just like, what is he doing, Drew? You know music.
I
Like, what is
just
he-
watched this. Are you talking like the campfire scene?
Yeah. No, before when he's
Oh,
at
the
they're all
old lady.
celebrating. Yeah, the old lady.
It doesn't say anything. But a nitpick I have, because I do play guitar, is he is not actually playing guitar for any of it. Like the whole campfire song, he's just
No,
like
he's not.
totally strumming the same chord the whole time. It's clearly changing, and he's just that bothers me.
It's so good. I mean, they clearly don't have this talent. Like, you see Chevy Chase's hands supposedly playing the piano. That's not him. All the music, it's so great, dude. Brilliant. Oh, I couldn't possibly. It's been a long time. Like, just go right into the musical number. Oh my gosh, it's brilliant. So, in the end, would you guys recommend the Three Amigos?
100%.
Absolutely.
I would
Yes.
say, sí. Por supuesto, señor, sí. Yeah.
Tres sí por los tres amigos.
Sí. ¡Viva los amigos! ¡Viva los amigos! Oh my gosh, dude. Guys, it's been great talking about this movie. So we end every movie podcast by sharing movies.
Drew,
that
have
we've
you
lately.
seen Oscar?
The Grouch, he's behind me somewhere.
No, have you seen the movie
No.
Oscar?
There he is, right here.
Oscar the Grouch. He has a Sesame Street blanket.
I have not
No, we're talking
seen Oscar. What is it?
Oh, Drew,
It's
if
great.
you like
it's
this,
starring Sylvester Stallone, directed
right up
also
your
by
alley.
John Landis.
Is
yeah,
it old?
it's just like this. But it's about gangsters, and it's like a parody to gangsters.
It's
Oh,
very
I'll have
quotable.
to watch this.
Yeah, you should watch it. It's
Same
very
director, very very similar, very quirky, goofy. A lot
good. Very
of
quotable.
a lot of great. The cast is amazing. It's got Tim Curry.
Oh boy,
Sylvester
I
Stallone.
definitely need to watch this now.
Yes, very
Creepiest
goofy,
man
over
alive,
the top.
dude. I hate him.
It has
He's so
was it
weird.
Martin Sheen, I think, or no? Yeah, Martin Sheen, right? I can never remember which Sheen it is. Spartacus, is that Martin Sheen?
Charlie Sheen.
Dean Martin. Dean Martin? Now I'm confusing my actors. I think it's Dean Martin. Gosh, I don't know.
Anyways,
It's late. Who cares? Watch the review. We talked about it on our podcast. Oscar's great. Yeah, air sirens. So we end every podcast by sharing movies that we've seen lately, movies that we're looking forward to seeing. Drew, do you have any movies that you're looking forward, or you've seen lately, and movies that you're looking forward to seeing?
Well, I want to see that new.
You can watch a movie?
Karen, stop talking on the podcast.
Hey,
It's not your
Takarisa.
turn.
You're a Jew. I hope you burn it.
Hey, what the takarese?
Drew, I'm sorry.
OMG, it's okay. I would like to see Carnage, the Venom movie.
I just came
guess
back.
what?
yeah.
Cameron was late. Yeah, guess why Cameron was late.
Karen, what do you think? What do you think of Carnage, Cameron?
I would not see it in the theaters. Do not waste your money.
Okay,
Oh
heard.
no! But wait, did you like the first one?
Yes, I went in with zero expectations and I was let down. They were exceeded on the first one and I gave it a 7 out of 10. And then this one, I went in with medium expectations and it was a 5 out of 10 for me.
Wow.
Oh, that's too bad.
The funny thing is, like, I actually love Venom and Carnage in the comic books. Like, they were my favorite characters.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
They're just
Oh, yeah.
psychos.
I love
Dope.
Venom. Yeah.
No,
But-
okay, they did a good job with Carnage. Carnage is dope, but the rest...
Even as Willie Nelson, or not Willie Nelson,
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, he honestly, he did a pretty good job in his role.
Right on. Any other movies you're looking forward to seeing, Drew, or movies that you've seen lately? I guess you didn't answer that, but maybe you haven't seen anything.
What has come out? I mean, it's been so dead. I know I've seen some movies at the theater.
Yeah. Well,
James
have
Bond
you
comes
seen
out Thursday.
this?
Okay,
it's
I'm
James
excited to
Bond.
see that.
And
Gotta
then have
watch-
you seen Squid Game on Netflix?
No.
It's all right.
It's good. At least
Oh,
the first
well,
episode's
you'd be
amazing.
into that,
It's
you
alright.
sick freak.
I'm 3 or 4
if you
episodes
like
in, and it's
Hunger
really
Games,
freaking good.
Yeah, I watched the
it's-
first episode. It's
good.
amazing.
It's good. It's just, to me, it's like, I don't know.
I know
Whatever. Get off the pod, Tybu.
Ties.
But we can talk about it when you guys see it. Yeah, just wait till you finish
I know
it.
I've been to the theater recently. I just don't even remember what I saw. Must not have been memorable.
Probably in Cruella.
What's a movie that came out that
I
you
saw
need to
Black
see,
Widow.
Drew?
I was
Black
What
Widow.
about Shang-Chi?
Yeah.
You see Shang-Chi?
Yes, that's the one I saw. I actually really liked it a lot. I thought they did a really good job with it.
Yeah, it was fun.
And
Did you like it better than Black Widow?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I think I would too. I just don't know if I have the heart to
I
go
liked-
pay
Yeah.
to see.
I
more of
liked
these
all the
Avengers
fighting,
movies.
like the kung fu style stuff in it was really
Yeah.
cool.
I thought the comedy was pretty funny too.
Because I don't know if you guys have seen the show Kim's Convenience.
Oh no, but I've heard of it.
So the main actor who plays Shang-Chi is in Kim's Convenience. That you guys would love this show, by the way. It's hilarious. It's these Canadian Korean Baptist people that own a convenience store, and it is probably one of my favorite comedy shows. Not as good as The Office, but it's still pretty high up there.
Kim's
Right on.
Convenience?
Kim's Convenience, yeah. I've heard good things about it.
Very funny, highly recommend.
Add that to the bucket list.
But yeah, trying to translate, his character's name is Jung, and he's the son of Appa, so his dad owns the store. So trying to like switch from seeing him as this Marvel character, that I was like, I don't know. I was very skeptical, but he did a really good job, and it was a pretty cool movie. I recommend that one as well.
Right on. Sweet. Well, Drew, so great seeing you. Do you have a social media presence you want people to find you on?
You can look up Winsley Goat on Instagram. I don't post much, but I'm there. Or on YouTube. I am I have some old video content on there of me doing some music and stuff, but I'm just
Well,
thinking.
what is it? Tell us what it is.
It's just Winsley Goat.
Oh, sorry. On YouTube as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, got it.
WINSLEYGOAT. Winsley Goat.
There you go. There you heard it here from the goat's mouth himself.
Just a fat guy who likes to cook food, you know? Because I'm
Just
a
a
chef.
fat guy in a little coat.
In a little chef coat.
Drew, it's always a treat to have you on
We
the
love
pod,
having
dude.
you on.
Thanks for
Yes.
coming on. talking
Thank
about
you
this
for
fun
having
movie.
me.
Take it easy, all right? And
Take it
guys,
easy.
check us out, futuremovies@gmail.com. Check us out on Instagram, Spotify. Check us out on Patreon and leave us a review, 5 stars. And email us, futuremovies@gmail.com. Tell us a movie that you'd like us to review or a movie that we've reviewed in the past that we got wrong. We'd love to hear from you. This is Futuro Hidden Movie Gems signing out. Peace.
Peace.
Bye.
Arriba!